Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Gabrielle Ray and I present cases of missing persons, unsolved homicides, and the unidentified. Today I'll be presenting another one of my Missing in America series, and we'll be going over the cases of Ulpiano Gomez, Christopher Jarrold, and Margaret Holst. Ulpiano Gomez has been missing since March 1st, 2003 out of Vineland, New Jersey. He was born on April 4th, 1918. He is a male Hispanic Latino, standing at 5'4" and weighing 150 pounds. He has white hair and brown eyes. He was wearing boots when he was last seen, a black hat, a black coat, and black pants. He wears glasses for reading and had a mustache and has a slender build. He was 84 years old at the time of his disappearance and was described as a reclusive man with not really many friends. He was last seen walking from his residence in Vineland to a local radio shack. He left his home on South 7th Street at noon where he planned to walk about 2 miles to the Main Tree Shopping Center at Main Road and Chestnut Ave to purchase a remote control, and the location was 301 South Main Street. He never arrived there and was never heard from again. He moved to Vineland from Brooklyn, New York, 5 months before his disappearance. He gambled at casinos in Atlantic City, but did not do so after his move to Vineland and has not since his disappearance. And there has been no sightings of him since. There has been no evidence of foul play, but his disappearance is considered puzzling because he was in good physical and mental health at the time. His family, who he was living with at the time, moved back to New York after he vanished, and unfortunately there are not many details as to his disappearance. And unfortunately he would be 103 years old today. That is all the information I have on Mr. Gomez's disappearance, and it breaks my heart because even if natural causes took effect or foul play, one of the two, he most likely is not alive right now, but I'm sure his family misses him very much and is looking for him, just like the community is and just like I am. I really do wonder what happened to him because all he was doing something that, a normal activity, just walking a Radio Shack to buy a remote, and what happened? That's the burning question. What happened? All he was doing was going to buy a remote, and he never arrived there. He was never seen on surveillance cameras there, and we just don't know where he went. And he was in good physical and mental health at the time, meaning dementia did not play a role in this, and he more than likely did not just wander off. If you or anybody have any information on this case, please contact the Vineland Police Department at 856-691-4111. His name is case number is MP8063, and his agency case number is 2003-10747. Once again, he is missing out of Vineland, New Jersey since March 1st, 2003. He was born on April 4th, 1918. He is a male Hispanic Latino who stands at 5'4" and weighs 150 pounds with white hair and brown eyes. Christopher Jarrold has been missing since June 25th, 1993 out of Ludlow, Vermont. He was born on October 11th, 1960. He is a white male who stands at 5'5" and weighs 140 pounds. He has light brown/blonde hair with green or hazel eyes. He has more brown hair in the winter and lighter blonde in the summer. And his hazel eyes sometimes looked green with a yellowish ring around the pupil. He was possibly wearing a clear necklace, and his 4 plates surgically inserted in his face above and below each eye. He may have a slight scar on each side as a result, and incisions are made in each eyebrow and below each lash line. He was 32 years old at the time of his disappearance. He was last seen in the Brattleboro, Ludlow area of Vermont and was never seen again. Most of his personal belongings were left at home, and later on, 2 men were seen removing items from his residence. And such items were pretty expensive, such as Native American collectibles and stereo equipment, and cops later found them missing. And his Harley-Davidson motorcycle and Ford pickup truck were found at a repair shop in Hinsdale, New Hampshire. His white 1982 Mazda sedan disappeared with him and has never been located. He would be 61 years old today. This case is baffling to no end because who are these 2 unidentified men? I feel as if we were able to find out who they were, there would be closure to this case. Because it's no coincidence that he went missing and then men were robbing his house, basically. Where is Mr. Jarrold? We don't know, and unfortunately his family doesn't know either, and that's what breaks my heart the most, because there are friends looking for him, there's family looking for him, and it's been since 1993, and we still don't know where he is. I hope that one day somebody comes forward, because somebody has to know something having to do with this case. Somebody somewhere knows something. And I hope that their conscience comes to light and brings forward the tip that we need to break this case wide open. If you or anybody you know have any information on this case, please contact the Ludlow Police Department at 802-228-4411. Unfortunately, he is not listed in NamUs, but his agency case number is 93-LL-05722. I always worry when cars disappear with the missing person, because if there are any bodies of water around, then that's where the car may be, or it's buried in some kind of woodlands or in a shallow grave somewhere. Well, I should say a deeper grave, because cars are not easy to bury, but I've come across some cases that will be done later on where cars are found buried in the dirt. But it just makes me upset, because these cases are unsolved and there's so little information. And this is probably the most information that the family and police have as well. And it's about time that somebody comes forward and gives us what we need to solve it. Once again, he is missing out of Ludlow, Vermont since June 25th, 1993. He was born on October 11th, 1960. He is a white male who stands at 5'5" and weighs 140 pounds, with green/hazel eyes and light brown/blonde hair. Margaret Holst has been missing out of Omaha, Nebraska since August 4th, 1977. She was born on October 19th, 1958. She is a white female who stands at 5'6" and weighs 125 to 130 pounds. She has red hair and hazel or blue eyes. Her nickname is Margie, and she was last seen wearing a long-sleeved red and black shirt, blue jeans, blue sandals, an opal birthstone ring on her left hand, and a small gold band with the letter M stamped on her left hand. She carried a brown imitation leather purse with a shoulder strap. Her ears were pierced, her upper teeth were crooked, and she has a small scar on the center of her forehead. She was 18 years old at the time of her disappearance. She had a very good home life and grew up in a loving religious family. She left her residence in the 4900 block of North 25th Street at 9:30 p.m. She left a note saying she was going out on a date with a boy she met recently. She did meet the boy, and after the date, he dropped her off near her home, but she was never heard from again. A Crime Watchers user claiming to be a husband's aunt claimed that it is rumored that her boyfriend's dad did something to her or she somehow got involved with Hell's Angels. Fingerprints and dentals are unavailable, but her DNA is available. This is her, age progressed to age 55, circa 2013. Today, Margaret would be 63 years old. That is all the information I have on Margaret Holst's disappearance. And it's sad to say that we may never know what happened to her because unless somebody speaks up. Because somebody somewhere knows something. I truly believe that in my heart. And I do think it is very sketchy with the rumors going around. People talk, and maybe one person will talk to the right person, and it'll reach a very important member of the family or law enforcement, and it'll be the tip that breaks the case open. We'll never know unless somebody talks, and that's the majority of how these cases are solved, is somebody opens their mouth. And honestly, I am hoping that's exactly what happens because it's been since 1977. These people deserve a name, a voice, justice, peace, closure, something. It's absolutely baffling to me that people can go missing and nobody knows what happened to them, especially after so many years. But if you or anybody you know have any information on this case, please contact the Omaha Police Department at 402-444-4127. Her NamUs case number is MP1970, and her agency case number is 06330-K. Once again, she has been missing out of Omaha, Nebraska since August 4th, 1977. Her birthday was October 19th, 1958. She is a white female who stands at 5'6" and weighs 125 to 130 pounds. She has red hair and hazel or blue eyes. Let's keep these cases in the forefront of our minds. Though not much information has been presented, it's still important that we keep an eye out and keep our ears open and listen. Maybe one of these days somebody will say the wrong thing, slip up, and we'll find out what happened. And the right tip will be brought in. We have not forgotten about these cases, no matter how much time has passed. I have such passion for these cases, especially the older ones, because it's absolutely insane that somebody can just go missing and nobody has anything to say as to what happened to them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful night.